Well, it's really a wonderful story of conservation success to have the trumpeter swans back in Ontario, because they were hunted out of existence here and they weren't here for more than 100 years. And so it's taken 40 years of conservation effort to bring them back. And the population is healthy and growing and starting to expand.
And because of that 40-year effort by volunteers, there are now estimated to be about 1,000 trumpeter swans in Ontario. And here at LaSalle Park in Burlington is the largest overwinter population. Towards the end of the winter, you would find close to 200 trumpeter swans in this bay.
How was this possible? We were talking about complete extinction to bringing the whole population back.
So by the 1930s, because of the overhunting, they thought there were only 69 trumpeter swans left in all of North America. And that's important to know because they're a native bird, so you only find them in North America. That meant there were only 69 left in the world. And then they found a small population in Alaska. Nothing happened here in Ontario, though, for 100 years. And then a retired Ministry of Natural Resources biologist named Harry Lumsden got permission to get some eggs from an Alaskan flock. He had people in Northern Ontario raise them in captivity for a couple of years, and then they started to let them free.
Those first years of effort with just a few eggs began the volunteer commitment to restore the population.
What exactly have they done to make this possible?
Volunteers have absolutely been crucial to the restoration of trumpeter swans. The banders and taggers who now put the wing tags on and the leg bands on and keep track of the trumpeters, they also go out and rescue them when they get into trouble. If they find a swan with lead poisoning or a swan that's been hurt by a fishing line, they get it to care. So they've been absolutely essential in the whole restoration effort.
And because of the huge numbers that stay at LaSalle Park over the winter, it has become one of the most important trumpeter swan wintering habitats in the country.
What makes this park a great habitat for them? Why do they overwinter here?
We don't know all of the reasons that trumpeter swans choose their overwintering sites, but we do know that here in LaSalle Park, they have a nice big open harbor. They have a beach area where they can get out and preen. They have adequate aquatic vegetation, which forms the bulk of their diet. And they also have a little bit of shelter from northerly and easterly winds. And we think all of those things combined make this a good habitat for trumpeter swans for the winter.
What is the ongoing effort? What's the future for them?
Well, we hope the future is bright. We hope that we see them continue to expanding their range, re-establishing their migration routes as much as they can. But we are dealing with a lot of habitat loss over the last 100 years, as you can imagine. So it's really important that we protect the key areas that we have, like here.
Of course, conservation efforts are ongoing. One thing that's important to keep in mind is if you come down to visit the trumpeter swans, there is a bylaw in place forbidding the feeding of these swans, as it is important that they retain their ability to feed themselves. In Burlington, Audra Brown, City News.